Oh, I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
When you got to that scene, were you like, thank God, it's about time?
Man, so one of our writers, Sam, I was coming to set one day and I saw him and he stopped me. He goes, "Oh, I got something for you." And I was like, what is it? What is it? He goes, "Nah, I can't tell you." So you're like, "What is it?" He goes, "Trust me, you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it." So when the scene came around, I saw the title of the episode, and I was like, "Is that what he said?" He's like, "That's what he says." Like, I was like, "Oh, this is," and then I had to figure out like how to say it right without milking it. You know what I mean? Without doing it wrong, and just like, "Oh, I gotta sit on this."
Yeah, it was one of my favorite, and again, like these characters are so well drawn. Like to get to see this emotional vulnerability and that really like naked emotion and honesty between two men is shocking, and we never see it between black men.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I said we're gonna do a little Trojan horse thing here, where we get to talk about, love between two black men, brotherly love, and I haven't seen that on television, and I want to show it. And so I told the writers one of the central romance in this show will be brotherly love between Cross and Samson. So I literally said, here's all the little mile markers for romantic comedies, from the meet cute to the and then that's why that came to be, because I wanted to give a nod to one of my favorite romantic comedies, Jerry Maguire.
Yeah.
I mean, you can call it comedy, but that was why that was, and we used that blueprint for their relationship. It is two best friends who are brothers, but it is still a love story.
Yeah, but it was also that time remember when Isaiah came in to test, and then he made it real awkward because like after his test, he just broke down and started crying. And he was like, I didn't know how to take it. You know, he's crying all on my shoulders and stuff like that. You know, he's I'm just so happy, bro. And I was like, I don't know. So you remember that? You want to talk about that?
Nah, I don't want to talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it, but you brought it up. So
You said you was gonna be vulnerable in front of the people.
yeah, I didn't want to tell him that I was crying on your shoulder. You had to bring it up.
I'm just saying, But yeah, we ain't scared. Get a little vulnerable out here.
Thug tears.
I'm cool. Just a little bit emotion, butt naked. Is what it is.
Let's go from two black men in love to two white men who've joined the cast.
Who else?
I love that segue. That's a great segue.
You can only do that at New York Comic Con. San Diego would not be okay. Right, so let's, Wes and Matthew would talk. How was it joining? Because again, the show was up and running. It was going right into its second season, and you guys literally joined in midstream of this production. How was it, and what was your first day on set like?
Well, I'm gonna back it up a little bit. I read for the first season, and I came in, and I have me and Ben worked together. We did a show, and I came in. I read the pilot, and I was like, this is amazing. And then I got to read with Aldous, and they were locked in, and I was like, man, it just had an energy about it. I was like, this is gonna be something special, and I cannot wait to be a part of it. I wasn't a part of it.
Were you in season one?
I wasn't season. I'm not bitter about it. But you know what? Ben had pity on me, and he created this amazing role that I get to do this season. I can't wait for you guys to see it. And I got to work a lot with the amazing Janine Mason, who's not here with us. She's got a very good reason.
Send her some love. Send her some love.
And let me tell you, your intro, they kick off the new season, and it is, first of all, so wild, but also so crazy timely. Like, did you see all that happening, like, and thinking, like, oh, wait till they see what we've done?
Oh man. Well, first of all, when you think about it, you have a hit show, and it's a single lead situation where the main character is the name of the show. And then you go to the network and say, we're going to introduce two new characters as the first thing anybody's going to see coming into season 2, and they are already a little nervous. And then you say, here's what we're going to do. They're freaking out. But they trust us. They let us take a shot at it. And I should say some of the stuff that ends up on the cutting room floor, probably good choice, but it was even crazier than what you see. And but because of the level of folks we brought into the show, we were able to do that. I don't think a lot of shows can do that because a lot of, performers can't do that. And our show could. And Wes, I think there's a better spin than me taking pity, okay? Because I first worked with Wes on Hand of God like 9 years ago. And ever since then, I've always been looking for ways to work with him again, which is why he was in the season 1 mix. And we made sure to get him in because he's such a great performer, but also he's great for our type of crowd. And so he was perfect fit.
I do remember reading the opening though when he came in. He actually told me the opening when he was pitching the season 2 or telling me what it was going to be, and I thought heavy metal, man. Like this is going to get a lot of people's attention. I'm so grateful to be a part of this whole thing with what he's doing.
Nice. And now Matthew, you guys, I will say I've seen the first episode of season 2, and you are going to see Matthew Lillard in a way you've never seen him before. He is
naked the entire.
Especially after his
We all saw season 1. It's my turn.
You play after today's entrance. Talk about this guy because he's a billionaire genius.
That's all you have to say. When you think billionaire genius, who do we cast? You immediately think about Matthew Lillard. It's funny. I had a screen test, and screen tests, if you don't know, went out of fashion in the 90s. And basically that means is you come into a room and you see all the guys you're competing with, and you have to sign a contract before you walk into audition. So you realize that if you get the job, you're gonna make money and feed your kids. And you see the guys that you're competing against in the same room. That's a horrible feeling. And I get this invitation to come screen test for this part. And my first instinct is I've been around a long time. I don't want a screen test. It's terrifying. But then I got the words, and I got a breakdown of the character. And I realized the reason I didn't want to is because if I didn't get the job, it hurts 10 times more. And that's the hardest thing about being an actor, is that you desperately want to be seen, and you desperately want to work, and sometimes they just say no. And so I realized what was standing between me and going and trying to get the job was fear. And so I had the choice, either go in and kick ass and give my best shot, and try to get the job, or just turn away and say no. And so thank God I made the choice to double down on the effort and go in and eviscerate whoever else was in that room. I literally came in and this shit is mine, you can go home.
That was his attitude on set too, by the way. He came in and were like, "This, you guys can go home."
Too bad you're in the scene with me.
Stand back. No, but Aldous was there every step of the way. And it was a big monologue, and then we had a scene together. And I left that room feeling encouraged and inspired. And then getting to set, Ben has a way of working with people. He has a way of working with the team, and he brought us all together and said, "You are ambassadors for this whole show. That we want you to represent the best of us, and we want you to welcome everyone." And he empowered all of us to see the crew, to see the extras, to see the people there for one day. He empowered us to welcome them into the world. And that's how I felt. I felt welcomed. And to be a part of this fandom. And remember, this is all before the show came out. So as I was part of the Cross universe, I was getting to experience the show with everyone. And it's been just an unbelievable dream to be a part of it.
Thanks.
That is, and again, the tone of the show is it's super grounded, but you also have a ton of fun with it. The music choices, the character developments, the moments of genuine, authentic friendship, family love, the way the kids interact. But you have a moment, and this is why we have exclusive clips for you guys, because you see some of this. We have a clip. It's called "Welcome Back, Boys," and it speaks to the Samson Cross broship, and really just the way it feels like it could be something. I'm just gonna have them run it so you can talk about it.